In 1961, the German aircraft manufacturer Belco, which at the time was already part of the aerospace conglomerate Messerschmitt Belco Blohm (MBB), started work on a light helicopter. The ultimate goal was to create a design that would have a wide range of civilian and military uses. In 1964, the government of West Germany took an interest in the project and thus began the full-scale development of the multi-purpose vehicle. The helicopter took to skies on February 16, 1967, while serial production of the MBB BO-105 did not launch until 1975. Over 1,400 helicopters were manufactured since then. These vehicles were exceptionally maneuverable. Pilots could perform virtually every kind of advanced aerobatic maneuver, including the loop-the-loop. It wasn't a surprise that other countries too eventually started showing interest in the BO-105. In 1985, Sweden began running tests of the brand new Heli-Tau sight system developed by Saab. Specifically for this purpose, one of the BO-105CBs were fitted with a new pylons, which could carry up to 8 Tau missiles. In the same year, the vehicle was brought back to Germany, where the tests continued all the way until 1991. In War Thunder, this helicopter is part of the German premium vehicle tech tree. In terms of appearance, the BO-105 differs from the other versions of the helicopter in two ways. It is fitted with a Swedish sight system located over the cockpit, and it carries a modern armament consisting of 8 BGM-71 tow-guided missiles. These ATGMs are capable of penetrating up to 630 mm of armor steel, and while this may not be the most impressive missile penetration depth, it is also worth noting that the BGM-71 tows can reach a speed of 296 meters per second, meaning they are the fastest ATGMs in the game. In other terms, 2.5 kilograms of explosives will reach their targets so fast they won't be enough time for anyone to dodge. Moreover, there is no delay between the launch of each missile, so should you ever find yourself in a stacky situation where you can no longer retreat, you can just fire an 8-missile salvo at your opponents. Obviously, you will not be able to guide the missiles, but that won't make them any less deadly. The vehicle's powertrain consists of two US Allison 250 C20B 420 HP turboshaft engines, which allow the Whirlybird to reach a speed of 242 km per hour. These characteristics might seem average for a helicopter, but they more than suffice for the light as a further BO-105. On the flip side, the armor is completely non-existent, so unless you make good use of the vehicle's bruising armament and fantastic flight characteristics, the delicate crew can only hope for a miracle to help them survive the battle. That being said, the body of the helicopter has quite high G-force tolerance, and fluttering only occurs at 480 km per hour. Furthermore, the skids will warn you should something go wrong, as they will come unfastened at 400 km per hour. The crew consists of two brave souls, the pilot and the gunner, who are constantly pondering who they should focus on fighting, the SPAAG firing at the vehicle or the never-ending G-force overloads. The sight system is located well above the cockpit and boasts a spacious field of view, with a horizontal angle measuring just over 180 degrees and the vertical angle high enough to provide you with a good idea of what's happening below. To put it briefly, you will have to try very hard to lose sight of your target, so in the majority of cases you will be able to constantly monitor the battlefield, regardless of where and how your helicopter is positioned. Moreover, the excellent zoom capabilities and sight stabilization system will make aiming a whole deal easier. In combat, there are two different tactics you can employ when piloting the BO-105CB2. Either one works as well as the other. Firstly, you can make the helicopter float in mid-air and lazily fire its ATGMs from somewhere safe at the totally unsuspecting enemy vehicles. The lethal combo of the excellent sights and fastest and most modern missiles in the game should make this activity twice as fun for you. Just don't forget to enable target lock-on by pressing the F button. As for the rest, you'll just have to get used to the way the missiles behave, and once you do, you'll be on fire, just like those airborne targets you'll be shooting down. The second tactic is simply based on engaging in dynamic battles. Thanks to the helicopter's high maneuverability, it is possible to take things to a more close-quarters level. Just make sure you shift your offensive position from time to time by performing passing attacks or other air combat maneuvers. It is also highly important to take distance from the ground. We recommend an altitude of 1.5 kilometers, as this will ensure you're safe from enemy tanks and AA vehicles and should provide provide you with sufficient space for performing a steep speedy dive or any other maneuver. With this tactic, the BO-105CB2 can cover the entire battlefield, leaving no place for the enemy to hide regardless of the terrain. Besides, these tiny bird eye possess a real threat to the aircraft as well. Once you've gotten used to the missile's behavior, you don't have to worry about getting into dogfights with other helicopters. Just make sure you take your time and find a good firing position where you can force the heavier and less maneuverable vehicles to make a mistake. The ATGM's speed characteristics even allow them to catch up with the jet aircraft with ease. Besides, the helicopter's exceptional maneuverability allows you not to just dodge enemy attacks or show off your Cuban 8 skills, but also to capture areas with ease. Unlike its heavy and clumsy brethren, the BO-105 can land pretty much anywhere. Just make sure that there are no enemy ground units around and the terrain provides enough cover. So if you decide to go for the capture, make sure you choose the areas that are as far away from all the action as possible, and triple check for any enemy units in the vicinity. Overall, the BO-105 is the ultimate machine of death for players skilled enough to control vehicles with their eyes closed. Just practice for a week and you'll become completely unstoppable. Still, considering the fact that this helicopter can find its way out of seemingly impossible situations, even rookie players should take great pleasure in piloting the BO-105. You can find more detailed information about the BO-105CB2 and BO-105's other modifications in the War Thunder Encyclopedia.